Hello my friends and welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you today. I hope you've had an awesome day and thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate your support and I want to make sure I try to keep making this channel better and better. My plan is by the end of this year to be making 5 videos per day and not 3. So that's where I'm trying to go. Why? Well, the main reason is there is way more than 3 news stories every day that matter to you, or that should matter to you if you want to know what's going on in this industry. If you want to know where the money is going from here to here, I think you need more than 3. So I'm going to aim for 5 by the end of this year per day. That would make, well, 7 times 5, quite a few videos every week. What's that? 30 videos a week. That's my goal. Now, I've just been reading about Volkswagen's using emissions defeat devices. Apparently, EU court advisor believes they're still doing it. And after reading about it, I think it's true. You know, I thought this was all done and dusted. I thought Volkswagen had done their time, paid the money, paid their billions of dollars in fines and all kinds of court cases and had the people involved fired from the company. But it seems as though, well, they've been hiding something else they've been doing. And maybe it's technically legal, but it's a pretty dodgy way of doing things. Now, the Dieselgate saga continues to rumble on. There could be more trouble on the horizon with a European ruling due in the next few months. From what I've read, things don't look good for Volkswagen. According to Autocar, Athanasios Rantos, an advocate general to Court of Justice of the EU, has said Volkswagen exhaust systems in 3 cases before the court feature emissions defeat devices. That's not old cars, that's current cars being sold this year. CJEU Advocates General assist the court by delivering unbiased legal advice to judges to help them make decisions on cases. Now, the 3 cases were brought forward by a group of Volkswagen owners from Austria. The cars in these cases switched off their exhaust cleaning systems at altitudes higher than 1,000 meters, or when the ambient temperature was below 15 degrees Celsius or above 35 degrees Celsius. So, in other words, Volkswagen's diesel cars don't use exhaust cleaning when they're above 1,000 meters elevation anywhere in Europe, which is a lot of Europe, and they don't use the exhaust cleaning when the temperature is below 15 degrees Celsius or above 35 degrees Celsius. In other words, you need ideal conditions for their cars to actually use what they say they'll use, emissions cleaning devices, which enable Volkswagen to pay less money in fines in terms of CO2 penalties. Now, under an earlier ruling, any software designed to improve the performance of the emission control system for regulatory approval is deemed to be an illegal defeat device. However, there is a provision allowing such devices to operate if they're designed to protect the engine against damage or accident and for safe operation of the vehicle. Now, given the Volkswagen system is built into the exhaust reticulation valve, Rantos argues it provides no protection to the engine. I don't think that's true. I think that improving exhaust gas flow will provide protection to the engine. But if the engine can't use their emissions devices, if the temperature is below 15 degrees or above 35, or if the car is driving above 1,000 meters elevation, then they're not that good, are they? In fact, they're pretty useless. Now, Rantos believes the system disables itself in many real-world situations in Austria, where the temperature is very often below 15 degrees Celsius, and many places are above 1,000 meters elevation. Now, obviously, for probably 80% of the year, the temperature will be below 15 degrees Celsius for probably 70% of the day. So, honestly, what is the purpose of even having these devices? I don't think it's legit. Now, in a statement to Autocar, Volkswagen believes the thermal windows used in Volkswagen's group's vehicles remain permissible and says their purpose is to prevent sudden and immediate risk of damage to the engine. It's unknown when the CJEU will make its ruling in these cases, but a decision may take months and, honestly, may lead to a precedent for many other Volkswagen owners who, after seeing and hearing about what is actually going on in their vehicles, may be a little bit pissed off. And while considering the market is now moving to PHEVs, the European market was 20% either fully battery electric or plug-in electric car sales in August, so that's 20% of the entire market across the entire location of Europe, you can see, well, the old tech now, old cars, old ICE engines, are going to be more and more looked at as though they are, well, old Nokias and not current new models, and probably lose value very quickly. This could lead, I think, to a lot of cases where buyers go, well, why don't we just take advantage of the fact that Volkswagen is doing something shit here, that they didn't tell us that when we bought this car, probably more than 50% of the time we drive it, it's not going to be putting out the emissions they say it is. Now, so far, the Dieselgate saga has actually cost Volkswagen roughly $50 billion in fines and damages since 2015, and it appears it's not over yet. Now, the cars in the Austrian case, for some baffling reason, haven't been named yet, and it's unclear how many millions of vehicles could be affected. Now, the only issue here is that historically many diesel manufacturers have used these kind of loopholes in the rules to turn off the emissions controls in a large number of situations, and so this is nothing all that new. Diesel vehicles pollute today, whether manufacturers tell you they don't or otherwise. It's a lie. I mean, Volkswagen and Toyota are still trying to claim their diesel vehicles are, cleaner than ever, and they can be almost as clean as EVs, and it's just complete nonsense. As you can see, they're allowed to they appear to be allowed to use these loopholes to get around using their emissions cleaning devices most of the time. Personally, however, though, I would have thought that these rules would have been tightened after Dieselgate, but it appears they might not have been. Hopefully, this gives cause for the EU and other countries to actually change the rules to not allow these ridiculous loopholes. Because honestly, I don't personally like getting cancer. Frankly, it does give you cancer. Diesel does. The NOx emissions are proven to give people cancer. I prefer myself, well, in particular my kids, not to breathe this shit in. So I'll conclude with this. Volkswagen's diesel cleaning system doesn't really function when you're actually driving the car in the real world. That, my friends, is ridiculous. Thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.